my entire life for this. The world's gonna start over. I'ma burn it all.
What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world.
One of the interesting things I found about the character was, as I was watching it, I think he was probably one of the most if not the most relatable Marvel villain I've ever seen. Has that been your experience from, reaction to it?
Yeah, a lot of people say that, they were surprised that they really felt for him and understood kind of where he was coming from, and which is what we were going for, to kind of create not just your typical mustache twirling, bad guy that wanted to, end the world. It was that had real stakes and
you wanted him to succeed almost.
That's a victory, for me and for us, as a team. That meant a lot.
Did Ryan give you any kind of, obviously there was, the character and the comics and what have you. Were there any real world parallels that he wanted you to draw upon? Was there any other previous performances that you've done or other people have done that he wanted you to kind of...
No, Ryan, trusts me to kind of like build these guys, you know what I'm saying? Like we all obviously built them together.
Sure.
And, for me personally, selfishly, the kind of performance.
Yeah.
I think Heath Ledger is incredible, and his performance, as a Joker, I think I felt very conflicted, There's moments where I kind of understood, and that type of level of antagonist I think was extremely powerful, along with Fassbender's Magneto. I think that was another one where I was like, man, I felt for it. Obviously enough, Eric, it's crazy, his name's Eric too. It was like
with a K.
Yeah, with a K, right? Yeah, it was another one that I kind of like, if people could, if I can get into that space to make people feel for a character that typically they wouldn't, that's what I was going for. So, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, there's a lot of Pac inspired in that. There's a lot of, there's a lot of, there's like moments of Malcolm, there's moments of, Marcus Garvey, there's moments of,
Malcolm X? Did you feel Malcolm X was definitely...
Just a little bit, just as far as like some certain just the spirit of certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a very deep project for me on a lot of levels, mentally, and spiritually. So I kind of wanted to connect to, things that made me feel a certain type of way, and certain people I focused on more than others.
Okay, final question, because I know, and I hate to put you on the spot for this, but I have to ask, who do you want to see win in the Oscars? Any thoughts, any kind of...
Oh, across the board? Or
just in general, any kind of predictions?
Oh, man, I want Daniel to go ahead and take that thing home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Regardless, there's some very talented actors, clearly, because they're all nominated, fans of everybody, but, I'm, being really close to Daniel and seeing the performance that he kind of put together, the first person that pops to my head, I want to see him win.
Yeah. Can we talk about Creed a little bit? Just, you were saying, we were talking about training before we came on. How is the training going?
It's going good, man. Honestly, I got my trainer here with me. He's traveling on his press tour, so I'm not really taking any days off. So, just in between this, when I stop this, I'm going to go work out for a little bit and then get back to it. So just really trying to put together, just trying to make it the best project we can make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sequels are really tough. And it's the first time I've ever done two to anything. Anything. So like just that kind of a little anxious to kind of get back to it and kind of like watch these characters progress to where we left off with them, in the first one, and see where Adonis and his family, Bianca and Rocky, and see where they go.
Was there much difference in terms of training, physical training, between Black Panther and Creed? Do you find?
Yeah, Creed was just like, I had a specific look. I was going for a fighter, a boxer, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you just have to do in order to do that. Eric's more of a Swiss Army knife, you know what I'm saying? Like he's, weapons, guns, hand-to-hand combat, martial arts, the whole thing. So I did a little bit of all that for Killmonger, and then also I wasn't really trying to make a boxing weight
Sure,
You know,
yeah.
it didn't matter how much I weighed. It just depended on what I looked like. I wanted to be intimidating physically on camera, especially being the antagonist, especially dealing with somebody like Chadwick, who's also physically, you know, in great shape.
Yeah, oh,
and
yeah, completely.
being able to, so I just kind of wanted to just be bigger and just like physically, you know, intimidating on camera. So yeah, those are the main differences.